Monitors are still on. It might get crackly at some point. If that happens, then so be it. I switched up cables. Done everything I can. At this point, I don't know what else I can do. Be nice if my yeah, I guess just like one of these USB ports is super slow. I don't know. I gotta get like a new PC or like I don't know, a dedicated PC or something. Maybe have the laptop run the stream and then oh, we'll see. But it's like a super powerful laptop, so I'm not sure. Whatever. We got a crossword to do. Let's open up Obsidian here. Even though I haven't taken a note in like in a while. Oh, it's on desktop 1. I don't even know if you guys can see this. I don't know what Windows does when I switch to different desktops, but who knows? Certainly not me. What is it, my job to know how this streaming thing works? Oh god, Discord's gonna open. We're here. Holy. Oh, it's so slow. Okay, my keyboard inputs are fucked up. Jesus. Oh well. I guess this specific USB port is just atrocious? Is that a thing that can happen? Like... No, it's fine, because once it gets up to speed, it can register the inputs just fine. I have no idea. I guess we'll see. We'll figure that out. Natural remedy that's used to treat anxiety. Not a clue. Spots for cozy dates. Oh, it does switch over. Okay. Traveler's info. ETA, SIETD, something like that. Electroreception, probably a sense. Oh. Come on. Alright. Person with terrible manners. A brute? Maybe? ETA. Kind of cuisine. Paris Agreement. We. Don't know about this one. Okay, so this port, like, if I don't type or anything for a like within a couple seconds, it like forgets it and slows down. I don't know. Maybe I gotta update some like firmware. I don't know who this is. Molecule with a non-unique formula. No clue. Take to court, sue. Built to last, durable. Jaunt on a hay wagon? No clue. Slope. Mentel, no idea. You got that right? No clue. Key to search with, enter? Basic guidelines 2, Spanish? Huh? Chemist who discovered 26 down, 8 Italian. What? This is Lena Dunham? Is that a person? Oh, okay. So it's processing the inputs. I have no idea. I have no idea. Flower, featherweight, feather, Mayfeather, Mayflower. That a bit, a tad. No clue. Fission. I don't know if you'd call that a reaction, though. I don't know. I'm going to have to break open this computer and get the soldering iron to work. Expressions such as top of the morning. Scottish? Irish? Scottish fits. World Series, probably. Irish isms, maybe. Jibes with. Major Tom? Marie, because of the fucking minerals. Oh, well, that's a saying that I just don't know. Mutated. IDs, maybe?
Hello.
Oh my god.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm good.
What's the latest?
Just did some exam stuff, and now I'm playing EVE Online.
You? EVE Online?
Fuck.
No.
Holy shit. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Sorry, there's echo.
You're good. Dude, you're ruining the stream quality.
I know, I'm sorry, dude. Oh my god.
What the fuck? Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
we are currently in EVE. We're on a 10-minute break because yeah, so I'm gonna leave again. But we're raiding Skyhook, which is a thing that you can put on a planet.
Okay.
And it extracts resources from the planet, and
Gotcha.
we're raiding other people's because we're like too broke to actually make our own. But yeah.
Okay. So you're putting this in Minecraft terms. You're hopping into someone else's mine to steal all their unmined ores or some shit, or the stuff they've already collected.
Say it's a very, very specific thing that we're stealing. So what we're doing is we're going into like their sugarcane farm, and we're stealing their sugarcane. That would be too. If we were stealing their mine stuff, that would be really good. We can't do that.
Gotcha. And it's not like Minecraft sugarcane where you can automate it and have like a more billion, I'm presuming.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're stealing their automated factory stuff.
Are you stealing the equipment or the like product itself?
The product itself.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't even miss it, really.
Yeah, that's true. I would say so. If we destroyed their, yeah, if we actually attacked, we did, okay. I'm not gonna lie, I accidentally attacked their thing. So I did slightly damage their factory, but we didn't fully destroy it, so it's fine.
It's like on the realm when I build like all the farms and whatnot. So if someone takes the stuff the farms make, whatever. There'll be more.
Yeah,
Someone breaks the farm, I'd be like fucking pissed off beyond
obviously, yeah.
measure. Yeah. Destroying the public good. But
That's a no-no.
what's this thing about Graham Plattner? Also,
Graham Shat.
yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah. Wait, what do you want? The drama?
Yeah, just give me the whole thing.
The drama is why anyone. Okay, okay. So he is what I would call a very left economic guy who's also, how do I say it? He's like, wait, he's like
It's like third
he's just a
positionist.
left he's a left guy. Yeah, sure, third sure, but he's also like he likes Trump. He's not vindictive Democrat guy, basically. He's like, I love Trump supporters. I think they're awesome.
Well,
They're like
okay. Well,
everyone else. So that
there's different levels. There's like, does he like Trump? Does he like the policy outside of the economic stuff?
no. He's the Democrat that is he's a unifier Democrat. He's like Joe Biden.
Oh,
He's like, I'm here for every American, which makes some people upset. I just want to be clear.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go with that strategy, but if he's a Democrat, he's a Democrat. Actually, well, okay. I don't want to have
I have
another fucking
no
Fetterman in
issue.
office.
Yeah. No. He's not like that. I'm just explaining that because it makes the factions very weird. Because he's like kind of, I would say like normal Twitter leftists don't like him because of that.
Shocker.
But like he's very popular with like Atrioc loves him and like Sam Cedar loves him, basically.
What a fucking spectrum of people.
Yeah, people that are like, oh, we should come together love him, and some more pragmatic leftists like him,
Bro,
basically.
Sam Cedar?
Is more pragmatic than
Okay, that's yeah, yes.
Vigland.
That is that is true, but we've set the bar in hell, and then we're
Yeah,
like,
but Emma
yeah,
Vigland is like the biggest fan of him now. Okay, but I will let's continue. So
okay,
the first thing that happened was the old Reddit comments.
yeah,
Just to be clear, all the entire drama, I actually don't care at all about it, but it's
yeah.
just funny because of the political line. So there's old Reddit comments where he was based and like anti-Trump supporter. And he's like, these people are stupid and voting not in their own self-interest and like are bad patriots or whatever, something like that.
Plattner Reddit
Yeah, look
posts.
that up.
God,
I think it's based, but whatever. So people like H Rock who were like, "Oh, that's not that good," and he has to answer for his comments from 10 years ago. But like, I don't think Emma Vigland cares or any of these people. No one actually cares, and I don't care. But that made drives a rift, and then the real bombshell happened that he has Nazi tattoos, and that's
does
the
he?
big one. Yeah, he does.
Oh, well, that's no good.
Yeah, but
Hot take
it's
here, but
yeah, but that
uh,
is true. But it seems like he's not a Nazi because again, his like messages leaks obviously, and he doesn't.
yeah. Plattner also questioned in one Reddit reply, "Why don't black people tip?" Oh, okay,
That's what he said.
yeah.
Okay, I don't. Whatever. That's not. I don't
Uh,
care. And then
Platinum
what
went by
happened was
Reddit username P Hustle. He said all policemen are
yes, he
bastards and
hustle
rural
is his
white
name.
Americans actually are racist and stupid.
Based. Like that's just true.
Uh, he has since apologized for the comments he made, adding, "They are not reflective at all of who I am. I was struggling deeply when I got back from Afghanistan." Jesus, you're being
Whatever,
fucking
it's fine. He's
yeah.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
being
You
a
can read it.
redditor. It's
He's being an edgy guy who, whatever. That I
I
don't care at
I
all about
super
this
don't
stuff.
care about this, especially in
Yeah,
light of the Young Republicans texts. Like
yeah.
this is like a fucking night and day. I do kind of care about that Virginia AG guy. Those texts are kind of unhinged.
What did he say? Like Trump should be killed or something? Was it? Is
No, he
that
was
the guy?
saying,
Or?
what's his name? He was just saying shit like, "I can't wait to see these like fucks dead," and like, they're someone should do something about them, and they're making little fascist babies. And it's like, okay, bro, chill. Like, it's not. That's a little much.
Yeah, probably too much. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and even the person he's like corresponding with is like, dude, don't say that shit. That's scary. What the fuck? He's like, lol.
Really?
Yeah. Fuck, what's his name? I literally talked about him yesterday. Literally. Uh,
But yeah, he had Nazi
Virginia
tattoos.
AG Dex. J.
But no,
Jones.
but no
Uh,
one cares on the left. And then that got people like I think it's only Destiny that got mad about this. He just
what?
says that it's upsetting that how um I don't even want to say it.
Nah, go for it.
I think he's hypocritical that people like Emma Vigeland would cancel you if you like said some dumb shit, but that now they don't care about Nazi tattoos or something.
Yep. That is hypocritical. I would probably agree.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, I think it's a different case because he's obviously not a Nazi, and obviously it was like the platoon tattoo. Oh yeah, just get some Nazi stuff or something. That's what you do in the platoon, I guess. That's what that's honestly that's his defense, but like I believe it.
I Yeah, I would say I'm not inclined to not believe it. Okay, so here's the J. Jones texts. They say nice things about everyone. If those guys die before me, I will go to their funerals to piss on their graves, send them out awash in something. Then the guy he's talking to responds, J. Jones. Um, three people, two bullets. Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets two bullets in the head. Spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the two worst people you know and he receives both bullets every time. Jay, please stop. Lol. Okay. It really bothers you when you talk about hurting people or wishing death on them. You weren't simply asking questions and you know it. This is a different text thing. I genuinely was. I wasn't attacking you. I was trying to understand your logic. You weren't trying to understand. You were talking about hoping Jennifer Gilbert's children would die. Yes, I've told you this before. Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy. Jesus.
True. Are they talking about the Gilbert guy?
Yeah.
No, this is Jennifer Gilbert. Okay, no. Wait.
I don't like. I don't know. Unless this person is like. I don't know. I don't
No, they're
think I don't.
talking about who the fuck is Jennifer Gilbert. I'm talking about the Dan Gilbert's wife. Who the fuck? Who the fuck are these people? I thought he meant the guy who made Gilbert Comics, who's like actually crazy racist. Like, they're talking about like some senator, some. Okay, that's crazy. Hitler, Hitler, Pol Pot, Gilbert.
My audio went out for a sec. Fuck.
Oh yeah, sorry,
No, you're
I
good.
didn't. I
My,
thought you were just that.
no, my fucking Chungus computer. Like I have made the mic relatively stable, at least like crackly wise, kinda.
Hmm.
But now it just decides every once in a while. You know what? I hate being on.
Yeah,
It's like, okay.
seems like it.
Not sure what I'm meant to do about that one, but oh well. I just have to turn it back on and off. There's something very wrong with my Windows, but either way, yeah. I think so. What I was saying was before Windows so rudely cut me off is I think the punishment of losing this race like probably fits the crime of saying unhinged shit.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know if there's anything like to do about that other than for Democrats to be like, yeah, that's fucking crazy. That doesn't represent the rest of us, and the Republicans to be like, look at what every Democrat's saying, and then we just carry on. Um, yeah. Wait, say something?
what's up?
Oh, okay, never mind. The green thing was showing up, and there wasn't any like audio. I thought things were getting even worse. Wait, okay. Atomic reaction. I'm stupid. Okay. What else is in the news? There's a the Trump asking for $230 million. Like I don't even. Just whatever. Like.
Yeah. Bro, we need to talk about how they're desecrating the beautiful White House for their ballroom.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I saw the pictures of them tearing down the White House. It did not invoke a good feeling.
No, I don't know how it. I don't know.
Like like thinking about it, I'm like, okay, it kind of really doesn't matter that much. Like they're not destroying the Oval Office, right? Well, their
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't
decorations
people
are
care. I mean, it'd
disgusting,
just be
but
really funny. It would
yeah,
just be really funny if it took like 7 years to make.
I also like he was talking to a reporter, and he's like, well, they're gonna care whether it's I privately funded or publicly funded, but I funded this privately. And I was like, isn't there some? I'm just going purely like vibes based here. I feel
Mhm.
like the privately funded White House is a bad like message to send.
Yeah, yeah. I
in
mean,
the in the preponderance of things, this is like a 1 out of 10 on the care scale, but it's just it
there's
doesn't
something.
invoke. Yeah, I don't know.
I agree. This is something that like a Republican of the old would care about, though.
Yeah, imagine if fucking Obama. Like,
Dude.
what was the reaction when Obama didn't Obama build like a basketball? I saw someone on Twitter say this, so take this with like 2% conviction. Obama White House renovation Fox.
How dare he?
The 5 epic hissy fit triggered Democrats. Yeah, okay. Um Honestly, I could be like a week's worth of content just to look up Obama Fox and set the filter like
2014 or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Upload date sort by. Oh, can I? Is there not a? Oh, right, because YouTube search doesn't have. Okay, Fox News Obama renovation White House. And then we'll just do videos from Not 13 hours ago. Not past year. I want to do. Oh God. Any source: Fox News, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, or Reddit. Custom range, just up until January 1st, say 2016. Eh, I guess they actually didn't have much on it. Never mind. I got owned epically.
2016,
Yeah.
but that was when like Trump was
Well,
doing
I'm
all this
I'm,
stuff.
I'm saying like um from like up until 2016.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to see if they had like any unhinged shit.
Yeah.
The fuck? Greek. Okay. Fox Sports talked about it, but not Fox. That's funny. All right. Never mind. I tried to slow you out for nothing. Fair enough. We are getting absolutely railed by Russia. Dude, like I was saying yesterday about like I think the worst thing about this admin is the Ukraine stuff because it's just such a clear cut case of just pure right and wrong, and the fact that they just have nothing for that is very disappointing. What's up, my literals? Yeah, a crossword, then politics. There's a distinct order to things here. What is a jaunt on a hay wagon? A bale?
Hmm.
What's a natural remedy that's used to treat anxiety? Ashwagandha?
Yeah, that's
I
my
got
favorite.
I got an alarm that will keep ringing until I get up, go to my bathroom, and scan the barcode on. I was like, "What's the first like container I can find?" And it was a 4 month old thing of like ashwagandha gummies. I was like, "Sure, this one."
Oh yeah.
Make hot and bothered, arouse. An isomer, fusion cuisine. I Oh, it was something weed related. It was CBD oil. Fuck, there. I heard somebody say the phrase CBD triangle the other day.
Huh? What does that even mean?
The
Sorry.
shark stank.
Wait, was that a Shark Tank meme?
Yeah,
Oh my god, I'm so out of it.
some age.
Actually, what the fuck?
Well, pull that up. CBD. Uh,
Wait, no way we made that joke. What?
yeah, of course. Yeah, we did. We were way ahead of the times.
Yeah, actually, what the hell? Damn, okay.
Hey, I'll find it. Shark Stank. Yeah, bro, this is your joke.
No, it's not.
It is.
I refuse to believe that I made that joke.
Here, all right. Whatever.
All right, I'll look it up
Shark
on my own
container?
time.
Well, hang-
You link it or what?
no, that's on stream.
Oh, I'm slightly behind. Okay.
Miracle New Associate Brad, and we have. I'm Chad. Soap containers. I'm Chad. This is my associate Brad, and we have a miracle new pitch for you. It's called CBD Triangle. You're lucky we're not asking 1,000. This company big, like big.
W Dustin, hell yes, bro. Oh my god.
Dude, I binged you. You're an expert in sales.
Okay. This video is fire. All racks green on.
Yeah, that I remember for sure.
That's a banger. Man, I don't know why we didn't do more like TV show spoofs, because like the Shark Tank one and the Hot One spoof are some of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
Broadway great Menzel.
I love Menzel. That's my favorite Broadway great.
Fluorescent gemstone. Fire quartz? Fire something. Fire rock. Rarely visited places on Earth. Your bedroom, dude.
Holy shit. W.
Some parallel. Rarely visited place on Earth, and it starts with P.
Paraguay.
Sure.
No one wants to go there. Fuck that.
I mean, whirling visual effects in video games?
Papua New Guinea.
True.
Papua.
The only reason any of us know about that country is because they made us watch Guns, Germs, and Steel.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I watched that in school. I must have skipped out.
Maybe. Maybe it was just.
Or maybe I
one of
didn't
those.
watch the Papua one.
No, we were in the same pod.
Maybe I was not paying attention. Oh. Uh-oh. Good company. I have to leave Discord, sorry.
Alright, see it.
Yeah.
In that case, we'll get started on this video. Because apparently we're no longer meeting with Russia.
The meeting with Vladimir Putin is canceled or put on hold. Do you know what happened there, and does that affect your decision
Yeah, what happened there?
whether or not to send tomahawks?
No, I don't want to have a wasted meeting. I don't want to have a waste of time, so I'll see what happens. But We did all of these great deals, great peace deals. They're all peace deals. They're agreements, solid agreements, every one of them, but this one. And I said, go to the line of battle, the battlefield lines, and you pull back and you go home, and everybody takes some time off, because you got two countries that are killing each other. You got two countries that are losing 5,000 to 7,000 soldiers a week. So we'll see what happens. It's we haven't made a determination.
Why is it so hard for him to just support fucking Ukraine, man? It's just saying this is Biden's war and this is Zelensky's war. It's something is so cooked upstairs for him, especially around this war. Like, I feel like should be just the most open and shut thing. Nowhere else except in like MAGA is even a partisan thing. Like right now, there's sanctions on Russia that have like vast majority support from both parties in both chambers of Congress, and the only thing that's stopping it is the Trump admin saying, "Don't put that to a vote. I don't want to have to fucking veto this." It's like, and his base will look at you dead in the face and say, "Yeah, he's fighting the corrupt deep state." It's like, bro. It just seems like, even for our own self-interest, we should absolutely, there's not even a question. There's a hostile entity that doesn't produce anything we really need. Like, I would say we can outproduce them in energy. And there's someone, a country, a former Soviet state that, you know, we helped liberate, I guess, in the Cold War, is looking to leave that sphere of influence and join ours. Why we should fight tooth and nail to bring them on our side. Are you kidding me? Another European country to bring into the fold while China expands their sphere of influence through the entire global south? Like, there's no good rationale why we shouldn't. If like some old ass broken nukes, like, not really. That doesn't do it for me.
The Justice Department to look into the federal investigations into you and look for compensation, and how much are you asking for?
Who's asking for what?
Are you asking the Justice Department to pay you compensation
Whose
for
compensation?
your federal investigations into you? Are you asking them to pay compensation, and how much?
Into me? I don't get any compensation. I do it for nothing. I gave up.
Is he retarded or acting retarded? Trump. Oh my god. What is wrong with my keyboard? This USB port is so cold. It needs to like warm up. President Trump said on Tuesday the federal owes him a lot of money for prior Justice Department investigations into his actions. Trump comes to the White House. Questions about a New York Times story that said he filed administrative claims before being reelected, seeking roughly $230 million in damages. Okay, so the 230 is being attached here because that's what he filed for before. Weird.
My salary into me.
No, it's going to be the Justice Department. Are you asking them to pay you compensation for the federal investigations that happened to you? And how much are you asking
well,
for?
I guess they probably owe me a lot of money for that. Probably, yeah, that's true. That's very interesting. No, I get no salary. I gave up my salary. It's a good salary. Not as much as these guys make, but that's okay. It's a lot of money. And I don't, as you know, I didn't take it in the first 4 years. I'm not taking it in these 4 years either. But as far as all of the litigation and everything that's been involved, yeah, they probably owe me a lot of money.
Like, dude's made like $2.5 billion off the White House. It's peanuts to not take a 400K salary in this instance.
But if I get money from our country, I'll do something nice with it, like give it to charity or give it to the White House while we restore the White House. And we're doing a great job in the White House. As you know, the ballroom is under construction. It's going to be. They've been trying to get it for 150 years, and it's really. I think it's going to be fantastic. But we'll see what happens. I mean, we have numerous cases having to do with the fraud of the election, the 2020 election, and because of everything that we found out, I guess they owe me a lot of money, but I'm not looking for money. I'm looking for really. I think it's got to be handled in a proper way. If it's not handled in a proper way, we don't want it to happen again. We can never let what happened in the 2020 election happen again. We just can't let that happen. And so the way we go, I know Cash is working on it. Everybody's working on it, and certainly Tulsi's working on it. We can't let that happen again to our country. Look at what's happened where you have millions of people being allowed to come into our country, all because of a crooked election, where they come from prisons.
I feel like he's reverting back to like a child, but it doesn't.
They come from jails. They come from
doesn't
mental
matter at all.
institutions and insane asylums. They're drug dealers. The people that they've allowed to come into our country. We cleaned them out in Washington, D.C. We have a very safe capital right now. We have
Typical
a
shit.
capital that's as safe as it can be. But I don't know. I mean, you'd have to ask the lawyers about that.
Mr. President, a comment and a question, please, for you. First of all, you have just 1 billion plus hearts around the globe, including in India, by celebrating the Diwali in the White House right here. And my other comment is, Mr. President,
I like his question already.
in February, you and the White House staff gave a warm welcome to the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi.
Right.
And after that, I decided to make a short trip to India for you, how popular you are in India. And I went there in a holiest also festival there. Millions of people were there. And also Prime Minister Narendra Modi was addressing a media event, 5,000 people. I was one of them there listening to him. And when I went to several states in India, what I found out, Mr. President, 3 people are most popular there. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, President Donald Trump, Mr. Kash Patel, and also with the surprise, our White House Press Secretary, Caroline Levitt.
She's doing good, right? She is doing good.
And,
Superstar.
and Mr. President, my question is, you had a great relationship with the people of India when you visited India, and with the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, and also with the Indian American community. Where do we stand today, all those generations from 45 to 47 in the future, Mr. President? Please, thank you.
We stand great, and the people of India, I love the people of India, and we're working on some great deals between our countries. I spoke to the Prime Minister Modi today, as I mentioned before, and we just have a very good relationship.
Portals?
And he's not going to buy much oil from Russia. He wants to see that war end as much as I do. He wants to see the war end with Russia, Ukraine. And as you know, they're not going to be buying too much oil. So they've cut it way back, and they're continuing to cut it way back.
Mr. President,
Yeah, please.
an appeals court recently ruled that you can send the National Guard in
Yeah.
Oregon. Do you feel unfettered to send the National Guard into whatever city you
Yeah,
want
that's
now?
what I want to read.
Well, I guess so. That was the decision that I can send the National Guard if I see problems. I looked at Portland over the weekend. The place is burning down, just burning down. We weren't there. We didn't spend much time there because we were waiting for that decision. But the court probably maybe that influenced the court. But you look at a place
Maybe it
like
is,
Portland,
maybe it
it's
is.
it's ridiculous when they say that there's no problem. The place was on fire over the weekend. But we won the case in Court of Appeals. I think it was the Ninth Circuit, so that's pretty good. And a very strong opinion that we have the right to use the National Guard. You would think that would be common sense. We have the right to use the National Guard to put out trouble.
No. Yeah, why? Okay, I'm gonna keep the sawing out to a minimum, but why would that be common sense? Like, they're federal police. They're not explicitly not federal police. There are officers. There's law enforcement. National Guard is not to be used for law enforcement, except in the case of a complete breakdown of the justice system, which nowhere close to that. So, fucking common sense is it's just not common sense at all. I don't know what to say.
Well, that's, how I got elected. One of the reasons I got elected. Yes.
Mr. President, what changed your mind after talking to Vladimir Putin between then and now? Why did you think that a Budapest summit might be wasted time?
Well, I didn't say anything. I didn't say it would, and you never know what's going to happen. But a lot of things are happening on that front, on the war front with Ukraine and Russia, and we'll be notifying you over the next 2 days as to what we're doing.
Did you hear
a lot of things are happening.
Did you hear something from the
I think we're going to
President?
get it solved. Yeah, please.
Oh.
Mr. President, on Ukraine, do you still see a chance for a ceasefire? And what is
Say it
Putin
again,
asking for?
what?
Do you still see a chance for a ceasefire? And what is
I do,
Putin
yeah,
asking
yeah.
for?
I do. It's a vicious war. It doesn't really affect us. We sell equipment to them. We sell equipment to NATO, and NATO gives it to Ukraine, but we don't pay anything anymore. Biden spent $350 billion. The war would have never happened if I were president. Would have never, not even a million years. And Putin knows that too. Would have never happened. But it did happen, and I came in, and I have to see if I can put it out. But it doesn't affect us because we're not losing soldiers there. Although, when I first came in, that could have ended up, it's not going to happen, but it could have ended up in World War III. That was really out of control.
It's like
So now it's, they're shooting and
Malta?
they're killing people, and I think
Cyprus?
Putin wants it to end, and I think Zelensky wants it to end, and I think it's going to end.
What is that reached out to you about meeting on the government
Azerbaijan?
shutdown? Will you meet with him before you leave for Asia on Friday?
Well, I will actually. I'd love to meet with them. I just want them to open up the country first. The country is so hot right now, and they've never
gonna
voted
be
against, continuation. They've
Bahrain,
never
would it?
voted against. They've never done that. They're doing this because they have Trump derangement syndrome. But I would
Oh,
love to
both
meet.
Bahrain.
I would like to meet with both of them, but I set one little.
wait, sorry.
And they've never voted against, continuation. They've never voted against. They've never done that. They're doing this because they have Trump derangement syndrome. But I would vote it against. And want them to open up.
You leave for Asia on Friday?
Well, I will.
Oh, it's opening the government.
But I
Okay,
will.
never
I would
mind.
love to meet. I would like to meet with both of them. But I set one little caveat. I will only meet if they let the country open. They have to let the country open. The people want to go back to work. They want to.
Good luck. It's not fucking happening. So, SNAP or some food assistance programs are going to lapse, I think, this coming week. As much as everyone talks about how much it sucks for the federal workers, and it does, majority of Americans don't actually care. But as time goes on, more and more groups of Americans get affected by it, and thus more Americans care. Now, the balance in the scales is showing the blame falls towards Trump, which I would agree. They're asking for some pretty small things. You can negotiate. You can happen. You didn't negotiate when you wrote it because you thought you wouldn't have to do this, but now you do. And now there's leverage being used against you. Saying, I'm not going to negotiate. Imagine having one side being required to declare a ceasefire before they can start talks for a ceasefire. It's so what? We just lay down, take more shots, and then we start talking? Because the second the Democrats and if the Democrats were to concede everything, the Republicans would never bring up these tax credits again. That would be the last time you ever hear about them. They'd get canceled, and they'd move down the road. Like, this is why I think the filibuster is pretty okay, because if we have like very close 50-50 splits, it encourages some level of at least talking with your counterparty. But yeah, if you can't like negotiate, make agreements, you shouldn't pass legislation.
We serve, they need the services of some people, and a lot of people need the money, the payroll. So I'll do it as soon as they open up the country. I'd like to meet.
So you won't meet with them until the government.
Mr. President, just to be clear, you won't meet with them until the government's open.
The government has to be open, yeah. The government has to be
President.
open. You know how long it would take for them to do that? Just say, okay, government's open, that's it. There is nothing.
How long
They're
do you
not
think this could
negotiating.
go?
What they're doing is saying they lost the negotiation, and when we got the great big beautiful deal done, they lost that negotiation. Now they're saying, well, we want to get some of the things we lost. But the problem is
they didn't negotiate at all. That's the thing. It's like the Democrats were behind. They didn't have the opportunity to negotiate. Now they're using the opportunity they have to negotiate, and Trump doesn't like it. It's like it's so like cut and dry to me, but that's just fucking me, I guess. Sorry, I just needed to replug in my keyboard to a different USB port, see if this finally works.
the things they lost are very bad for our country. We don't.
And I've been doing more looking into it. I don't have the foggiest clue where this 1.5 trillion comes from. But again, this is the first segment of stream. We're gonna move on to like actual policy prescriptions in a moment here.
Want to have people come over from all over the world, from prisons and all, and have them have their health care paid for. We want to take care of people that are here, that are American citizens and all. So they want $1.5 trillion of money to be wasted and jeopardize the health care of other people. We're not going to do that. So we're going to, I would love to meet with them. We want the country open first.
Mr. President, a new...
Yeah, it's a great negotiator. Whatever.
Poll shows that if Curtis Sliwa dropped out of the New York mayoral race, then Andrew Cuomo would only trail Mondani by 4 points. Would you call Curtis Sliwa to drop out of the race so that can happen?
Well, I looked at the polls, and looks like we're going to have a communist as the mayor of New York.
What are the
Very
current
interesting,
polls?
But here's the good news: he's got to go through the White House. Everything goes through the White House. At least this.
Well, actually, that transitions very neatly into what I wanted to talk about today. Was so Americans intuitively, we just like the idea of a smaller federal government. That sits well with a lot of the people in the center. It sounds good. Because people feel like this overbearing pressure, this bloat, this whatever. Now, there's a lot less bloat than people thought, as Doge revealed, but that's just a vibe that people have, and in the vibe economy, that's reality. I think centrists should have to be forced to contend with not just Trump, because Trump is every Republican when they like something he does, and he's just this unique, weird, one-off case when he doesn't. So but I just want to make the case that the Republicans are the party of overreaching and overexpanding the federal government. The Republicans are the fiscally irresponsible party, trying to dispel two of the biggest conservative, or centrist to conservative myths, while trying to keep my eyes open. Oh my God, I'm so tired.
White House it does, and we'll have to see what happens. But if he dropped out, he's not going to win, and not looking too good for Cuomo either. But maybe, I don't know, if he dropped out, maybe Cuomo would have a little bit of a chance, but not much, because it looks like the lead is, it's not a great lead, but it's big enough that he should be able to win. So,
Oh, it's like 20 points.
you know, I don't know that I want to get involved. It's really a question of, would I rather have a Democrat or a communist? And I would rather have a Democrat than a communist. It's a
Will
big
you meet with
statement.
Mamdani if he wins?
Yeah, I'll speak to him.
Mr. President,
I have an obligation to speak to him, but look, I love New York. I've always loved New York. I just can't believe a thing like this is happening. I left New York, and we had a mayor, de Blasio, who was a disaster, but when I left, it was sort of before he could really take hold. And boy, New York was a hot city, and now it's sad to see what's happening, frankly. And with the communists in charge, look, you just go back 1,000 years. I mean, it's been done many times, 1,000 years. It's never worked once, so it's not going to work now either.
Mr. President,
Say
you're
it.
building your ballroom right now. They're also
like
building the
Pecto
Obama
Letters
Presidential
analysis
Library.
here.
I'm wondering if you've
He needs
seen,
help.
have you seen pictures of the architecture and what
Yeah,
do
I
you think
did.
of it?
It's not too pretty. No, but it's closed. It's stopped. They ran out of money. I mean, he's building a library / museum. You know, you call it some museum, and usually they call it library and museum. That's the official name. And they're stuck. And he wanted only women and DEI to build it. Well, that's what they got. And the construction workers.
That's a fucking. I'll just let that one sit on its own. He only wanted women and DEI to build it. That's a.
Standing out there and saying, we want to be able to build it. You know, you have I built a great building in Chicago, as you know, a big, beautiful building, one of the tallest buildings in the country. And we got it built very quickly, very well. And we used the construction workers of Chicago. They're great workers. They're great construction people. And I suggest that he get them involved. But they're hundreds of millions of dollars over budget. And I think it stopped. I'm reading these terrible stories. But that's the way our country was run under President Obama, too. Nobody knew it.
Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Russia remains China's top crude oil supplier in September. Are you considering tariffs on China?
Well, I mean, you read the same papers as I do, but I don't have to read the papers because I'm the one. Right now, as of November 1st, China will have about 155% tariff
When did the extra. What?
put on it.
Like,
And
it doesn't matter.
I don't think it's sustainable for them, so I want to be nice to China. But China's been very rough with us over the years because we had presidents that weren't smart from a business standpoint. Some were good politicians, some weren't even good politicians, but they allowed China to take advantage of us and every other country to take advantage of us. If you see, I made a deal with the European Union. I made a deal with Japan, with South Korea. I made a lot of these deals that are great deals, and I was able to do it. It's really national security. I was able to do it because of tariffs. And we're getting hundreds of billions, even trillions of dollars paid into the United States. We're a very rich country again. We'll start paying off debt. We'll do a lot of things. We'll probably make a distribution out of some of the tariff money. I think we're going to make a distribution over the next fairly short period of time to the people because we took in so much money from the tariffs. Just European Union, $650 billion. Japan, $550 billion. South Korea, $350 billion. That's even a lot of money for you guys, right? That's not bad, right? But no, we're taking in a lot of money, and it keeps people like this here because that's why they're coming in. I mean, you wouldn't be, I mean, I'm not going to speak for you, but generally they won't be coming in if it weren't for tariffs. They come in here and they don't have to pay any tariff. If they do it outside, they pay a lot of money, a lot of tariffs. The money comes to us. And in order not to pay the tariff, they come and they build here. That's why we have more plants under construction than we've ever had in the history.
Okay. How long do you think it takes to get from the initial, like, from deciding to invest in property, plant, and equipment starting to move the money around, getting the loans, all of that, to finally breaking ground. The decision to break ground on these factories was probably reached north of a year ago. Okay? These things don't just happen. Supply lags behind demand. And right now, with foreign prices going up, demand for domestic is higher. Being said, at this price level, not as many consumers can afford it, but that's the economic side. But that being said, like, the supply doesn't just match instantly. It's a lot harder to build a factory than decide to go to the store. Like, I would argue that this is all from, not all, but mostly from Biden's revitalization of the U.S. economy post-COVID. Because the decisions to actually break ground, the decisions to start investing, were made well before Trump was, like, before we even knew he'd be the, like, candidate. So, just saying.
History of our country. And you wouldn't think it's complicated, but you would have thought somebody would have done this a long time ago.
You would have thought that someone, okay, this is with these level 1 ideas, it's like, oh, how do I make money? Oh, I know, I'll do trading. And then you realize, oh, everyone's already fucking thought of everything. It's like, this is not a good thing to go off of generally. Like, always check. But okay, so it's more of a good reminder to check. If you think something is so simple, check if somebody's done it before. Because I guarantee you, 999,999 times out of 100,000, they already have. Whatever genius, like, stock trading strategy you've thought of, it's been done. And there's, for some reason, it doesn't outperform anything. Tariffs have existed since the beginning of time. And we have decided, as not only a country, but as a world, to move away from zero-sum idea of trade to mutual benefit, and tariffs are not in support of that. The U.S., it's like, and to what end? To normalize the trade deficit? Why? The trade deficit doesn't matter in the fucking slightest. We have a big trade deficit because we're the fucking best. Alright? It's because our dollar is so strong that means every other product around the world is relatively cheap to us, and when we produce shit, it's relatively expensive to the rest of the world. That's all that means. It just means we got a strong-ass dollar. People have faith in the US of A. So a trade deficit's more like a symptom of things that are happening. Like, if the U.S. wants to be competitive abroad, we either have to artificially deflate our currency, or not deflate, but, like, decrease the relative value of our currency with respect to the rest of the world, or we have to subsidize the hell out of our products so we can charge, like, a parity price, like, internationally. It's like, it's so long-winded way of saying we have a high trade deficit and these tariffs are stupid because we don't need, like, we're not exporting because our shit's too expensive for people to buy because our dollar is so goddamn strong because we're the fucking best.
Sitting in this beautiful seat behind what's called the Resolute desk. You know that, right? This is very famous. This is even more famous than any of your desks. But your desks are good. Your desks are very good.
To follow up on her question to you, because the New York Times is reporting that your legal team is seeking $230 million from your own Justice Department now in response to the investigations into you.
It could be.
Is that something you want your legal team to do?
I don't know what the numbers are. I don't even talk to them about it. All I know is that they would owe me a lot of money, but I'm not looking for money. I'd give it to charity or something. I would give it to charity.
Oh my god, dude. And then when they just did like when they did the equation for a trade deficit and then divided it into like 10% of it, and then they used all these Greek symbols to make it look more advanced when it was in reality it was like a constant times another constant minus a third constant divided by 10. Yeah. Ugh. Sorry, I don't know why the fuck I'm so tired.
Any money, but look, what they did, they rigged the election. And as you know, we had, in one case, 60 Minutes had to pay us a lot of money. George Slobodanopoulos had to pay us a lot of money, and they already paid. You know, they paid me a lot of money because what they did was wrong. And, you know, when somebody does what's wrong. Now, with the country, it's interesting because I'm the one that makes the decision, right? And, you know, that decision would have to go across my desk. And it's awfully strange to make a decision.
Another thing, too, is like, why ever let Republicans get away with saying we're the party of small government? Maybe. That was the day it was public facing, at least.
Decision where I'm paying myself. In other words, did you ever have one of those cases where you have to decide how much you're paying yourself in damages? But I was damaged very greatly, and any money that I would get, I would...
Agreed. That is true. But at least with the Democrats, you get something for your small government, or for your sizable government. There's no hypocrisy there, I guess. I'm not saying Democrats are the party of small government, but they don't purport to be. And I would argue in this instance that generally, like, Republicans probably, or at least fiscal conservatism would suggest a smaller government. However, Trump and neoconservatism, it's at least on par. And with Trump specifically, the federal government, specifically the executive office, has way more power than any time else in U.S. history. And the federal government is way bigger than it's ever been. Like, federal agents are now doing police work in cities against the government will. That is some of the most direct overreach since, like, the fucking Civil War. Like, yeah. I want, you know, I want my interlocutors to be the fiscal conservatives, and I can argue about, well, I think there should be this amount of spending, and then my interlocutor is like, no, fuck you, I think it should be this amount of spending. Not, so how do we feel about the National Guard in these cities? You know? I miss my proper conservatives. They're actually people I could argue with.
Give to charity.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Is the Democrat Party now more Zohran Mamdani's party than it is even Leader Schumer's or Leader
Probably
Jeffries?
is, yeah.
Okay. I like Zoran. No, I'm center left. But like, I don't know. I don't know what, like, I'd probably, like, fiscally, I'd say maybe even center right. But for my fiscal beliefs, I think the Democrats do a better job of it. Because at least with the spending that they do, they raise revenues to coincide with it. And I'll take that over trying to have your cake and eat it too, which is keeping spending the same or raising it and also cutting revenues. It's like, you can't have the social win from, oh, less taxes, but then also keeping everything else the same. Like, if you're going to cut taxes, you got to cut spending. And Republicans will never do that in any meaningful way. Like, if you just look at the size of the deficit changing under Republicans versus Democrats, like, intuitively you'd think, oh, it probably gets bigger under Democrats because they spend more. But it's not. Democrats do advocate for spending more, but they also advocate for raising revenues in accordance with that. Republicans run on cutting spending, but then they look at the items they have to cut. They're like, well, I'm not touching Medicare. I'm not touching Medicaid. I'm not touching Social Security. Oh, I can lower the tax brackets 2%? I'll do that instead. And it's crazy to say, and high school me would be losing his mind. But Democrats are the more fiscally responsible party. More spending isn't necessarily irresponsible so long as it's it's paired with more revenues.
Look, maybe he'll run for president in 4 years. You have a communist president. That would be interesting, right? I don't see it happening. I've always said you will never see, and I always talk about socialism, and you will never see a socialist so-and-so. And I was right. I say it in speeches, we will not have socialism in our country. And I was right. Communism, yes, but socialism. In other words, they skipped socialism and they went down to communism.
Okay, Zoran's not even like socialist, but yeah.
No,
he's still like, even with all the programs he's advocating for, that's still well within the bounds of a capitalist mixed economy.
he's a communist, and he's going to be maybe the mayor of New York. I don't know, maybe, polls are wrong, but these polls seem to be...
Yeah, he is, but also, like, he's not advocating for seizing the means of production or anything like that. He's just saying, like, subsidized grocery stores, which can fall very well within a capitalist system. Like, people don't give capitalism enough credit for the range of shit that it can accommodate. Like, it can go from the Nordic model of things to all their spending and social programs, all the way to like Argentina, where you have like fucking nothing, or the US. Like, capitalism's a very resilient, very broad idea. Actually, yeah, the US, we have state ownership of our industry now, so, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, they do. Like, the reason you like just can't take any of it serious, like, they were calling Obama a communist. Like, let's be so fucking real. Like, really? Obama? He wants a health insurance plan for poor people. Haven't you heard? That's communist. Like, I don't know. I feel like the neoliberal Marxist, a post-boomer world, whenever that comes, the communism word won't be as much of a boogeyman. Like, I'm not a communist. I don't support communists, and I don't really support socialists because they don't vote for Democrats. I support social democrats. That's fine. But a lot of socialists say fuck the Democratic Party just as much as fuck the Republican Party, which is like, okay, fuck you. You're not on the team, then fuck off. Like, go do your own thing. Vote for Jill Stein again. I don't know. It's just disheartening. Yeah, I mean, we're all our own version of mini boomers. Like, we'll have our own terms that the politicians of our generation start throwing out that trigger us.
Be pretty consistent, but I would say he would be the leader of the party. It's not Schumer. Schumer's shot. He's shot. This poor guy feels sorry.
He's
for him.
what?
I've known him for a long time, but I think he's mentally gone. He's been beat up by young, radical lunatics, and I think Chuck Schumer he's gonzo. I really do. I think he's probably not going to run. It shows that he's losing in every poll. Now, this is hard. He wants to meet with me. It's sort of hard to meet with a guy after I make a statement like that, but I'm just giving the facts. I think Chuck is probably finished.
Why the fuck do you think he wants to meet with you?
I know
he doesn't give a, like, in the preponderance of things, I'll give Chuck Schumer credit. In the preponderance of things he cares about right now, I'm willing to bet his re-election is not up there. Or I'm sure it's up there, but I do genuinely think he cares about this shutdown. I think he did feel the pressure when he didn't shut it down the first time. And I respect that he's very committed to it. Him and Jeffries. Because the longer Democrats keep it shut down, the worse it gets for Republicans. Like, Democrats should not move the goalpost either way. If the Democrats move the goalpost further out, I feel like it'd be a bad look. But by putting the goalpost like an inch away from where it's at right now and showing that the Republicans aren't even willing to come talk about maybe moving half an inch, that looks really bad on the Trump admin and for just Republicans in general. So I got some respect for Chuck Schumer, which I did not think I would say at the beginning of this presidency.
People, Democrats, that would be good. Some good politicians and some, reasonable people. But I understand that they would not have a chance of, getting even the concept of holding the torch. They're not going to get it. But they have some people that I really believe they're low IQ people. They're stupid people. And they.
You want to know what the correlation is between IQ and political party?
They seem to be leading the party.
It's not a super strong correlation, but there is one.
So we'll see what happens. Look, the Republicans are strong. We have great leadership. We're very strong in every way, and we're going to keep it that way. But we are really a strong.
Higher IQ people tend to vote Democrat. Just, by the way.
Party. Our party's grown magnificently. We've got, look at all the union votes I got. Nobody thought that was ever possible. Look at the election where I won I won everything. I won all 7 swing states. If you win 3 or 4 swing states, you're doing great. I won all 7 by a lot. And I think the best thing when you look at districts, 2,700 versus 525.
Okay. Do you remember my whole position on safe injection sites? Away from public infrastructure. It's some building or some clinic or something that's off the streets. That's away from residences. It's away from playgrounds. That's the whole point. Like, I get what you're going for, like, NIMBY. But, like, yeah, I'd support immigrants coming to my town. I'd support... You're right. I'm not public infrastructure. Unlike your mom. Got him. Fuck Jill, but I think this avoiding the poll. I'm glad you acknowledge that Trump's a lot worse than Kamala. I would wholeheartedly disagree with you that strategic voting I disagree. I feel like the U.S. shifts slowly but surely. Like you have to move it inch by inch, and if you want to get to something like the Nordic model, that means you have to vote for the Obamas, like Kamala Harris's now, so that eventually you get to the AOCs, and eventually you get people like Zoran in office. If you want to move things to the left, you have to vote for the left. It's like, think of it as the country is permanently on a tipping scale, right? It's going to vote one way, you're going to vote the other way. Do you want to push it slightly to the right? Well, I mean, Trump's a bad example of that, or slightly to the left. More people you have standing on the left voting for the Democrat, the further left you can push it. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of incrementalism. I'm not a fan of the move fast and break things mentality, because I think all in all we got a pretty good thing going here. But there's definitely improvements that I spend time advocating for. Like, I think a single payer healthcare system would be great, But I think the incremental move being the ACAA was a good call. And you remember how it's still, even today, the fight to even get Obamacare passed. Like, another thing too is if you were to get a non-incremental politician in office, how do you think they're going to pass any legislation? Like, if Obamacare was a hard enough sell, like a single-payer healthcare system, for example, is going to be nigh impossible. As someone who ate at the local co-op almost every day when I went to college, I owned again. I co-opted your mom with your... Nah, whatever.
That's big. That's why the map shows all red. So we won in a tremendous landslide, and that's because people like our policy. I guess they like me, but they like my policies. Strong borders, good education, low taxes, you know. In the great big beautiful bill, we got the biggest tax cut in history. Not only no tax on tips, no tax on...
So I just graduated college, got a finance degree, did a bunch of business stuff. I didn't really like that world too much, and like as I started to go through college, I was becoming more politically aware. Yeah, so now I tutor like economics, math. I do some Excel tutoring. I do ACT, SAT, because like, you know, I got a 35 on the ACT and a 1570 on the SAT, so I was like, I can probably make some money. Yeah, so I just do econ, stats, math, and standardized tests. So like that's why I want to like talk tax policy, and I use all those economic examples. It's nice because I can keep all those concepts fresh when I tutor, and then I can apply them here. So it's kind of, there's some symbiosis there. I really do. I regret getting a finance degree. You know, I was getting the degree to work. Yeah, finance. Yeah, so UNTV, you're right. Yeah, that world. I like what I say to, it's like a pithy line is that it chewed me up and spat me back out, but it wasn't for me, and I wasn't for it. Like I'm a math guy, I'm an econ guy, I love math, stats, whatever. I'm a god at Excel. There's just something about finance that I can't really do. Not like the concepts. Yeah. I don't really like the culture around it, but change ideology. I mean, you can be whatever the fuck you want to be. Like, I'll insult you sometimes as a joke, but again, I'm just some guy on the internet. You're just some chatter. Like, there's no point in me taking any of it personally. Yeah. So like with the argument about incrementalism, right? Like I wholeheartedly disagree with the anti-incremental take, and I do think that's hurting the advancement of like liberal and left-leaning policy. But I feel like there's room for people to be convinced. Now, like some of the more hardcore folks, I don't think I can convince, but then it's just, I just wouldn't spend time talking about them. Like, they're allowed to be that, and I'll try and make the argument that they're wrong, but... Sorry, it's just the phrasing of, you're not allowed to. It's like, sorry, what fucking country is this? Well, I mean, assuming the whole world's America, because it fucking is. Was. What if I want to be a level 99 Laser Lotus half-elven anarch? You know what? Live your best life. Or like, if someone's being racist or whatever, I'll ban them from here. It's like, I mean, you're allowed to be, I guess. It shouldn't be. I'll make the argument against it, obviously. I'll ban you from my chat, but I just, that phrasing, you're not allowed to, is wild.
Social Security, no tax on overtime.
I agree.
We got
like, and the overlap between anarchism and like very left-leaning stuff is a little wild. I've heard the argument made though that China is an anarcho-communist society, just given that like the resource allocation, everything like there happens from the top, and like the goals are set from the top. But as you go further and further down, it doesn't really matter how the goals are achieved, so long as they are. And so, like you know, on the streets, like the day-to-day life of China is very anarchic, whatever. But I don't know, and I from when I went to China, I don't even think I'd agree with that. Like, honestly, I know I don't really agree with it. Like, when I went to China, it just looks like it feels like you're in just a capitalist country. Like, there's shops everywhere, there's ads. It's like, this is the most like hyper consumerism place ever. But then again, I don't really know what I would expect like a communist place to look like. Like a gray filter over everything. I guess. Like how I expect Mexico to have a yellow filter. I don't know. Alright, I've been just mumbling.
the biggest tax cut in the history of our country in the bill that we just approved. And I think people see that and they like it, and that's why we're doing well, but they are not. They do not have leadership. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, I'm not looking for a huge audience. I like the sport of it. I like talking policy and politics. Now, neurotypical, not so much. I've got less the scattered, more the depressed side of things, but I got my pills, so we're cool. I mean, I can try and like, again, the streams used to be a little more hectic, especially when I used to drink on stream. Holy shit. Yeah, okay, so I'm not neurodivergent then. I can see where you're coming from, but do you acknowledge that such an underlying system can exist where it's designed to prevent policies? I just don't think the things you think that are blocking it are the culprits. I don't think the models that you're proposing are as popular in the U.S. specifically as you would think, and I agree with you. That's disappointing. Wasn't there some study that like lobbyists can kind of move things around the edges, and I guess focus what we focus on? I don't think there's like a full-on infrastructure fighting against like more left-leaning policies. Like, well, actually, that's not true, but there's infrastructure fighting for it just as much as there's infrastructure fighting against it. It's kind of the nature of the system we're in, with like PACs and super PACs and all that. But a system can exist, but also global finance is not a bad thing. Like, one of the first lessons from economics is the idea of specialization and mutual trade. Like, the world doesn't have to be a zero-sum game. I think that kind of thinking is kind of like cancerous to progress. Like, other countries can produce things at a lower opportunity cost than we can, and vice versa, and everyone benefits from trade in that instance. Yeah. But, like, when you say entrenched neoliberal structures, what do you mean? That's the one part that I might have some agreement with you. Yeah, I mean, Remember that scene from the libertarian debate where they were like, I don't think we should be selling heroin to 6-year-olds, and the guy got fucking booed? That was fucking wild.
Hello.
Oh, hey. How's it going?
Sorry, I spooked you. My bad.
There you go.
Streamer mode.
Streamer mode, yeah. I didn't get the... So what's up?
Yeah.
How was your Eve raid?
Oh, dude, it was so positive. It was crazy. We didn't. So we looted the stuff.
Yeah.
We locked in our. We went back to a safe area basically, and then went back out. So we made like 130 mil, and then we tried it again basically, but this time there was like resistance, and they definitely brought more ships than us, but because they kind of played bad, we ended up getting a $300 million ship, which is nice. Like for reference, my ship was like 30 million or something. And then we had to bail, and our cargo ship, which was like holding all of their like product, basically got destroyed. So we lost 60 million there. But then the guy that we killed had an expensive pod, which is like the ship is the armor in Minecraft terms, right? The ship is the armor.
All right, I hear you. Okay.
But you can have like a expensive body under the armor, which like makes your ship even better. So we got a $2 billion pod. We killed that. So basically traded like 2.5 billion for 60 mil. Oh, and we lost the gas, so I guess 300 mil, something like that.
Nice. Also, Zell, like almost none of the Democrats are like lefties. Even the most quote unquote extreme, really not that far left. Like the online left is probably like at least double what like AOC is. Like even Bernie, I barely consider APAC lovers. No, again, pushing for more social programs doesn't make you a leftist. Pushing for immigration doesn't make you a leftist. Like state ownership of all resources would make you a leftist. But again, these people, they want to work within a capitalist system to provide via taxation some form of wealth redistribution. Wait, I'm proud of I'm proud of fucking Chuck Schumer all the way to Bernie to AOC. I'm proud of my senator, Chris. I'm proud of Chris Murphy.
Oh, hell yeah. W. Chris Murphy.
Yeah.
W. Ned Lamont. Well,
I'm proud of,
not
Ned Lamont. Newsom. Like, no, the Democrats are fucking based. Look, I know. I didn't think I'd get here. I was ready to go move to New York to primary him, or he's in New York, right? I don't remember. In the beginning of this year, but he's held remarkably strong in this current shutdown. Like, we're 22 days in. There's now social program benefits that are going to be missed. First of all, Newsom's using calling up the National Guard to carry through with those social programs, which is fucking based. And also, Schumer doesn't look like he's backing down, and good for him. He shouldn't. Because if you can show the American people that the Republicans are unwilling to move literally 1 inch on something, and that the second they actually have to negotiate... A couple months ago, during the first shutdown, or during the first opportunity for a shutdown that they didn't take, I was, what's the term that everyone uses now, apoplectic about that. And that was bad. I was very upset with Schumer and I was part of the people calling for him to be primaried. But now I'm impressed with how firmly he's holding this shutdown. I think he got the message, which is cool. It's pretty sick. If we want, I'm gonna be pedantic about the term socialist. Like, state subsidized grocery stores is like a semi-socialist policy, but by and large, I'm still proud of Kamala. Fuck yeah. People are melting down about her book tour.
Oh, I'm sorry. I told
Bro,
you.
if you can't even make a book tour, what's the point of being a politician? Let's be honest, guys.
Yeah, true.
All right. I want to thank you all for being
Wow, you
here
get
today.
like less
today
money than your private what's it called? Counterpart. And you're not allowed to make books anymore. Fuck my life.
Yeah,
sure,
fucking
you could say that.
Obama was a socialist to America. No, not even. Like, saying, not even we should have universal health care, but we should have universal subsidized, barely, fucking insurance plans. That was considered over the line. American politics when it comes to social programs is kind of cooked. Like, I can't believe it's even a fucking question as to whether or not we should have, like, child care services. Like, yeah, of course we fucking should. Like, excuse me?
Sure, you could say that. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Whatever. I mean, it's names. No, I'm saying, like, distinguishing what per type of guy Zoran is. It's like, okay, man. I don't know.
He's
I don't like.
He's on the leftern. He's definitely on the leftern. Leftern. Is that even a word? I keep saying. I don't think it's a word.
But he's on the leftern, bro. I like it. Let's copyright it.
The leftern edge. Like something like southern, northern, eastern, western. Leftern.
Yeah. Leftern.
It's definitely, of the spectrum of Democratic politicians, furthest, or one of the furthest to the left. But he still plays electoralism. Oh, yeah, he's a progressive. There you go.
Oh, sure, yeah. I guess that's a big umbrella.
Forgot about that label.
No, I like leftern edge.
Leftern edge.
He's an edge guy.
Mike Johnson's getting sued. That's pretty fucking sick.
W.
Crashing out at No Kings protest. Okay.
Who isn't?
What is this video? Why does this have 4.2 million views?
What? Which one? What?
How to make pickle Pepsi at home. Here, I'll share it. You can.
Oh yeah, no. I've seen this on my. I don't want to watch that video, but yeah, I've seen it. So. Oh, I mean, sure, but it's like a scary.
Quiet on the leftern front. Yeah.
Hello, YouTube. How you doing today, everybody? Listen, I'm going to do a video
this amazing video
on how to make pickled Pepsi at home. That's what I'm going to title it. I've seen a video about KFC making pickled Pepsi, and the guy that was reviewing it, it was crazy. 2 pickles, a little bit of Pepsi, which I'm going to show you how to do it at home for cheap. And the guy paid $3.99, almost $4 for it. What the hell? You could go home and make it for free. And this is what I'm going to show you right now. I got my Pepsi. Got my glass.
Okay.
I got my pickle jars with pickles.
Wait, that's it? Wait.
First.
Pause. I thought it was like a fermentation thing. This is just him putting pixels in goddamn Pepsi. This is stupid.
Is
4.2 million.
yeah, I'm gonna put
I thought he was like pickling
And it was a
Pepsi.
month ago.
in the jar first. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it was. Yeah. So yeah.
I think we should have.
Yeah, let's vote Stein, bruh. My
There's
number one.
Yeah, I can't wait to have. I can't wait to snap my fingers, have Jill Stein in office, and have precisely 0 legislation pass.
That'd be really good stuff.
Doesn't want to cooperate with me today. There's 2. For down. Put the lid on the thing. This is very easy and cheap. I don't know what the hell KFC was ever thinking of. Like, what the heck, man? $4 for a thing that you could just make at home. See? 2 pickles in a pickle jar. See? Cheap and easy. What the hell, man? And Pepsi. Open it up. Oh, yes, I forgot one thing. Pickle brine. Right.
Okay. Well, there's some cases where you need legislation. There's some cases where legislation will hurt. Post-COVID, legislation necessary. Leaving the Fed alone, also necessary. My goat, Joseph Robinette Brandon, was able to do both of those. Revitalize the economy, bring inflation down. Pretty fucking base. It's hard to do. This truism that's purported around everywhere that, oh, if the government does nothing, that's the best. The best kind of president's a lame duck that doesn't do anything. In some instances, that's probably true. I mean, for a lot of things, I'm like, just fucking leave it alone. Can't keep fucking changing it. Like, give people time to adjust or whatever. But some things, like, you know, you do want to change things. You want to push things forward. It doesn't have to be massive legislation. Like, you don't have to do the free AI robot girlfriend bill, but you can, like, you know, move the tax rates up a bit, streamline some regulation, like, but not the pickled Pepsi one. I'm arguing more for the 0 legislation take.
There you go. A little bit of that. See? This one's pickle brine with pickles in it. Same thing. I'm not going to do the hot sauce thing today because it might mix it up. Stomach ain't feeling right. Now I'm pouring in the Pepsi. Like they said. I don't have ice. I never use ice. So yeah. There we go. Cheap and easy. Now obviously, the guy said on the video, oh, it tastes awful. Well, just wait. We're going to give that theory a theory. And you got that right. I'm going to taste it. You know what? The guy was wrong. It tastes very darn good. It does.
Take that guy.
I mean, I like it. I mean, the taste is so sweet.
Yeah. It looks like a sweet guy. Doing his thing. You don't trust him? Why not? You do realize it's like the Midwest, you start with the pickle and you add everything else later.
Bruh, you're Schwartz, man.
Which ones?
Trump Sumo.
Oh, yeah.
AI, and then some fucked up dude on the right.
Japanese
Oh
Kim
God.
Jong-un. Is that supposed to be Kim Jong-un? Best AI sort. Lego City, Undercover Mystery.
W.
Honey Pets.
Wait, no, that's not what was displayed. This is a clickbait.
This?
Yeah, bro. One of the weird Mexican guy.
There you go.
Oh, he's there.
That is not it. Okay. glad we
Okay.
covered that. Slug eating spaghetti time lapse. Okay, now this is.
Damn, that is crazy.
Fuck, dude. I watched one pickled Pepsi video, and now it's fuck shaman. Oh, fushi. Jesus. Cat in a fish bowl. I don't want to watch JD Vance in Israel. That's
Body language analysis of the Rizzler. Let's go, dude. Wait, those lines are fake. Wait, go back to the thumbnail. They're not even real. Those are obviously not where they're looking. He's straight up. Or what?
yeah. AJ here is sitting a minor slouch. Big Justice, I'd say, has the most extreme slouch.
No, he's
hands on the knees. But look at AJ. He's doing the cock cover.
Dude, true. He's cock shaming. Cock
ashamed. Is that what I fucking say?
Yeah, something like that. Zelwood, I hate you for it.
I like AI chat to it, dude. Okay. First of all, I use AI so fucking much. I probably search up more shit on Gemini than I do on
Google.
Well, I guess that is Google.
Yeah.
YouTube poop. Penis Drager tries to earn an N-word pass.
Really good.
Let's talk about one of the most emotionally charged subjects there is. The N-word, but in an unemotional way. But first, let's torture the Boy Scouts with urine and feces. Yes, urine and feces. The only question here is
Did this guy die? What happened to this guy?
No, I think he's still alive. Wait. I thought he had like cancer or
is
something.
ending the life of a Boy Scout. Moral. Let's begin with this question. Does the human fetus kill people for fun? Now, it's a scientific fact that a human fetus has always opposed capitalism. But even if you believe that, it doesn't mean the fetus feels free to utter the C word. There are many living beings that are not persons that murder the super rich. Dogs, for example, rape 90% of liberals with a baseball bat set on fire. Reason number 2. The Boy Scouts carried out the Holocaust. Nothing turned them on like the Holocaust. The Boy Scouts killed far more people than the Nazis, but never matched them. No, in some ways, scariest of all, the Boy Scouts recognize the right of the Jewish state of Israel to exist. And then no, doesn't. When challenged with this argument, people usually change the subject to the right of a fetus to destroy Israel under any circumstance, for any reason, and at any time in her pregnancy. Nearly everyone believes that the human fetus has essentially infinite worth and an almost absolute right to attack the one-day-old state of Israel in order to destroy it. Reason number 3. Communism is based on. Reason number 4. Germans have thoroughly exposed the evils of Nazism, have taken responsibility for them, and have attempted to atone for them. Americans have not done anything similar regarding the Boy Scout horrors. Because of them, I will never again see anyone I love.
Okay.
Reason number 6.
No.
Imagine a world without lesbians. This would drive me mad.
A sad world, yeah.
I like many of them to stone the Boy Scouts to death. Sounds pretty primitive, doesn't it? The problem here, however, is that American radio, television, and school curricula remain filled with glorification of terrorists, demonization of trans people, and the daily repeated message that Israel should exist. In the biblical book of Deuteronomy, it says, I'm Dennis Prager, the father of Soviet communism. You better listen to me. I am your new president, and honored to be so. There is no greater calling than to destroy Western civilization. I would like to apprise you of some important changes coming to our country.
For 1,000 beer
First,
steins.
trans Americans can kill rich people for fun. I could not care less if you are an atheist, Muslim, Christian, Jew, or gay. I could not care less if your origins are African, European, Latin American, or Asian. If you wish to affirm big corporations here, you will have to die. Sorry, you don't live on. Second, I do not care about you being made uncomfortable, relieving yourself on soldiers fighting a war. If you don't, you will have to achieve immortality through North Korea. And it's deplorable that most Americans feel uncomfortable to hear cats who feel free to utter the N-word. Third, because I regard learning as a sacred endeavor, everything in America will reflect its elevated status. This means, among other things, that you and your teachers will send waves of suicide terrorists into Israel. There will be a suicide dress code at this country. And you will address all police by the C word.
Fucking shit! Cut!
They are your slaves, not your pals.
What is happening?
Fourth, everyone must have sex with Dennis Prager. If you don't, this would drive me mad. In fact, I don't see how it wouldn't drive anyone mad who cares about suffering and who loves anyone.
Yeah, I mean,
that's fair.
I just remember when PragerU popped up. I was like, this is like as I was on my way out of the right. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm headed the right direction away from here. And then I didn't hear much about it for a while. Like there was a couple of years people made jokes, and there was a couple of years where it was never mentioned again. Then all of a sudden it pops back up, and like Florida, like public schools now using PragerU content to teach about slavery. What the heck? Holy shit!
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, okay. The Battle for Fox by Fern. Yeah.
This is Washoe County Courthouse. Inside are Rupert Murdoch, 4 of his children, and a lot of lawyers. According to the New York Times, this is the first time in 2 years they've all been under the same roof. The Murdochs have turned against each other, divided into 2 factions, and now they're at war. They're fighting over the family business, the most powerful media empire the world has ever seen.
If Rupert Murdoch is not the most powerful media mogul in the world, he would like very much to be.
Donald J. Trump. Trump is at his best when he's sort of slightly tongue-in-cheek like that. Right. He's a very funny guy.
These companies control the news for millions of people. What they see, read.
Yeah, I'm not going to have enough time to finish this at all. Because I got to go pretty soon.
All right. Probably going to do as well.
All right. You see they stole some shit from the Louvre?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
How the fuck do you even do that?
Bro, that's why Europe rules. You can still like do dumb shit like that.
I was thinking, I was like, Mom was like, "Hey, did you see that this happened?" And I was like, "No, what?" They're like, "Yeah, they stole some royal jewels from the Louvre," and I was like, "Honestly, that's pretty fucking sick." What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their plans are always really good. I mean, maybe not even that good, but
well, I'm
pretty
sure
simple
be a
and
video on it.
Yeah, true.
All right.
Oh, who is it by? Which kingdom was it though? It was like a famous one. Oh, it was Napoleon stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
That would make sense. I do have like a giant section just for Napoleon.
Yeah. They were like putting it in or whatever. They were updating it or something, so it was like closed off to the public.
Yeah.
Yeah. W. That's crazy. Also, where do you get? It was like a super long ladder. Where do you buy a super long ladder like that?
Home Depot.
Bro, it's
in France.
I guess.
Léon Desbois.
I think that's like a custom thing. That's how they're gonna get caught. Is that damn ladder? Only one guy makes them.
Yeah, the last day of the trial, the jury's unsure. You know, it's looking like they're gonna get away. The prosecution says, and his last Google search, big ladder near me. The judge slams down the gavel, shoots them in the head immediately. Yeah.
Wow, true. All right.
All right.